Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What they is, I'm gonna tell you today exactly what it is and exactly what it ain't. What it is real life, real talk by a real one who really did it, who really walked those yardas, who really was somebody. I'm still somebody, but to what degree somebody can't call it. What it ain't is bullshit, added preservatives, frivolous talk, lies. That's what it ain't, right? Gunners profiles. Okay, you know how we get it in a menudo style in direct fashion, just like Gunners Collective, man. We're boom banging over here. Bang, bang. You already know what it is. Today, I wanted to talk about something not a lot of people like to talk about. It's a different story, right? People always ask me, Gunner, who's the hardest, craziest Sureno or Southsider you ever met in your life? Well, guess what? I'm a lightweight profile of this individual, Spencer. I couldn't find a picture of him. Man, it's been many, many moons since I seen the vato. And I know he's probably out there. I hope he's doing well. But this vato was fucking crazy. Crazy to a different degree of crazy. So let's put the K in crazy. I have to spell it with the K because he was that crazy. Anyways, vato's name was Stalker, right? From Lynwood. Lynwood 13. Now, there's different vatos of Lynwood in Lynwood. There's Young Crowd. There's several other vatos. I know Young Crowd because I got familia that fuck with them. And they're right there located by Compton. The Lynwood area is right there by Compton, the city of Lynwood, man. And it's a more dominant Sureno or Southsider area than most places in the LA area, man. These vatos are deep. There's several vatos in the city of Lynwood. I mean, it's pretty much 90% Southsiders. That's just right off the top. So let's just keep it honest. Let's be honest. Let's be real. There are some Africanos, some Kripas out of Lynwood. But for the most part, man, the Southsiders got that motherfucking city on lockdown. Locked up, they won't let them out. They're on lockdown right there. I remember meeting this vato. I actually get to Fred Cinelis, and the vato's name is Stalker. Stalker from Lynwood. I don't know if any of you vatos know him. If you do, you can speak on it. But at the end of the day, man, he was a villain, bro. He was like the Joker and to my Batman. So let's get the Joker to my Batman. So let's get every move I made, he made a better move. That's just what it was, man. And he laughed at me while doing it. What made this guy stand out amongst all the other Southsiders, man? I met some down ones, bro. Vatos, I can't even speak on their name because they're now senores. They're now in higher levels. Just vatos that were about their fucking business. Straight camaradas, you know, in a real way. You could see these vatos striving. You could see the everyday struggle and strive going on within their faction, and you knew who was going to be something and who wasn't. So I was kidding. I think that was over there playing handballs. I was just drinking iced tea. He was going to just continue to do that. The vato that was over there sharpening the filero in the corner, so he was going to be somebody. He was willing to do that. And this is what this guy Stalker was, right? I remember when he first got to the compa, I was on a compa called Kennedy. Okay, Kennedy was actually a drug compa. It was for people that had drug programs, and it was located in Nellis, right directly across from Madison, the Madhouse. Kennedy was more of a younger crowd, more of a wild crowd, whereas Madison, I ended up going to Madison later on, but Madison was more of the older Southsider, about those like 16, 17, 18, that really had their shit together that were really going to do something bad to you, right? So I wasn't trying to go over there. They ended up sending me over there, and I got stabbed on the first night. Bang, bang. That'll tell you how that was, right? We'll tell that story later on. But anyways, so I'm on Kennedy. I've been there, me and the homeboys, for about 2-3 months, bro. So we've already went through the rayetas. We've already had the melees. We've already been going behind the handball court. We're doing what we does to establish for the norte right there. You know, there ain't no denying it, man. Nobody was feeling us. Nobody wanted us there. Administration said, Pela, man. They did like what they're doing right now with this integration. They were integrating us, right? They were going to fucking put us there, and it was going to be what it was going to be. And of course, we were youngsters, man. And vatos were getting off. You know, I can't take that away from no one, but at the same time, we were getting off back. You know, and it was just back and forth. It was all frivolous. At the end of the day, it was just a bunch of young, wild kids with metal, swinging swords like Conan the Barbarian. Menudo. You know, we were all trying to win. We were all trying to earn our stripes. We were gangbanging. It was the 90s. It was an era of treachery. It was a dangerous era. It was an era of everyone trying to earn stripes, everyone trying to be that somebody. And we definitely were in the mix. Now, this vato gets to the compa, I remember, and something was different, particularly different about him getting to this compa, because all the Southsiders just, I mean, I hate to say the word jocked. You know, it's just good. What bitch be on, what bitch be on, what bitch be on my jock, right? It was nothing like that. But they basically liked this guy and they looked up to him. You could tell he was somebody within their collective. He was somebody to be adhered to. He was somebody that was well respected. So when he got there, he was a little stocky vato too. I remember dark vato. He gets there and I'm looking him up and down like, okay, he doesn't seem too spectacular, right? But I would quickly find out, man, that he was different. He was definitely different. And so he had got there with the vato from Riva. There was a vato from Riva that had got there as well. I forget his name. He was a bigger vato. I think his name was Bugsy from Riva, if I'm for sure. I think he was from the east side of Riva. Anyways, I can't call him like an alcoholic, but I know they got there and they came from Nixon. Now, Nixon was, it was a compa located way in the back of Nellis, man, and that's where they put all the riffraff, all the people that were fucking up. You know, all the people that were out there fucking making moves with thugs. That's where they went. So anytime they would be released or anybody would be released for Nixon, you kind of heard about it. It was like, okay, you got to watch out for this individual. He's coming with cruel intentions. He's coming to put something inside you. To what degree of inside, I can call what it's going to be. You know what I mean? It could be a flesh sickle or it could be a motherfucking peach. Either way, he's trying to put something in somebody. Period. So we were always on alert. So when these guys popped up on the compa, of course, all the homeboys, we had a junta like, okay, we got to watch out for the guys. We got to see to what degree of fucking trying to manipulate the masses are they going to do. Because it seemed like every time a Sureno or Southsider came from Nixon, well, guess what happened? I'm going to let you know exactly what happened. Vatos started to act agitated, a little bit boisterous, a little bit louder. You could tell, man, they had something they wanted to get off their chest. And that was because they were getting pumped up by these individuals that were coming out of Nixon like, hey, man, you can't let these strellas walk the yard, you know? And so we already knew what time it was, man. We were aware enough to know, okay, this Vato's going to come. We're probably going to have another riot, another melee. We're going to go through the freeze again. The whole Folsom setup, the same old damn thing we were already used to was going to happen. So sure enough, these Vatos get there and they're looking at us and we're looking at them and we're like, John, motherfucker, Sasuke, do it. Do it. You can do it, right? Do whatever you feel you have to do, but at the same time, remember, Sasuke, we're not here to play either. You know what I mean? We're going to hold our ground. And that's just the way the North was talking about. You know, that was our mindset. Like, fuck it, we ain't going nowhere. If we ain't got nowhere to go. Where do we go? Where do we go? You know what I mean? Where's Waldo? We had nowhere to go. We were going to be right there, regardless if they fucking wanted us there or not. You know, and it wasn't because we were bigger, badder, and better. It was because we had nowhere else to go. Sasuke, leave us alone, right? Leave us alone. Definitely. I ain't talking about Livingston. So look, we're posted up, and this Vato, he was not playing, man. He was not playing. He was different. I remember he gets there, he has his bag of fucking canteen or his bag of property, his little mattress. Him and this other Vato, I'm like, okay, this other Vato's pretty big, man. This other Vato's a little short, stocky guy. I ain't too much worried about him. I should have been, right? They actually go back down to the dorm, and they throw them in a cell together, right? These Vatos get celled up in an empty cell, cell 10. I remember they get thrown in a cell together, and I'm like, damn, they must have jugo. They got juice. They went straight to a motherfucking cell. Just, I've been trying to get in a cell for years. But they're like, fuck you. You're from up north. You're off brand. You get nothing, right? We had nothing coming down there, man. When I was able to finally facilitate a cell, man, it wasn't all that anyways. Anyway, but they get straight in the cell, and I'm looking down, because there was like an office, and then you can see it's through glass. So I'm watching there. Every little step they take, gun will be there. Right? So I'm watching like Bobby Brown because it was my prerogative. And I'm peeping game out. And I see him go into the cell. And I look at the homeboys like, damn, bro, they got that empty cell that bad boy was trying to get. Soldier Boy, right? It wasn't going to happen. Of course, Soldier Boy's right there with us at this time. So I'm not really worried about nothing because I know Soldier Boy's knocking people out daily. Right? So we're good in the hood. But I'm looking, right? Oh, Spencer. Soldier Boy wasn't there at this time. It was the homeboy, Puerco from Sanjo that was there, right? I ran into Soldier Boy on Madison. This was on Kennedy. So anyways, we're looking down. Okay, you Vato are tripping. And this Vato comes out of the cell. And I remember we used to sit on the side of the wall. Okay, so there was all these Cadillac chairs. Everyone had their rows. But the Norteños, we had the side so we could watch everyone, man. We made it a particular reason. The reason why we were sitting there so we could see everybody. There was no one behind us. It was not in a corner. It was like basically on a wall looking at everyone. You're looking at us? Puto, we're looking at you, right? That's how we felt. This Vato proceeds to come straight out. He was like, hey, across the day room, we're like, he ain't talking to us, right? And this Crip, his name was Monster from Shotgun Crip. He said, hey, I think he's talking to y'all, cuz, on 50-50, cuz, he's talking to y'all, right? I was like, what's up? And he was like, are you guys busters, right? I said, what? We all jumped up, and this Vato pulled out a pico. The higher the sock, the downer the fool. This fool came running, swinging, right? I was like, damn, he was about his business. And I remember no one got hit that day, but to what, you know what I mean? We were like, what the fuck? Right? We were all on him. Of course, a little riot jumps off. Southsiders are everywhere, man. They're not playing. They're on us like fucking roaches on a piece of cheese, right? Everyone's getting it. Of course, we go on the freeze. Vato was able to throw the piece, get rid of it, and we're all on lockdown. And I'm going to tell you right now, this guy, every day of lockdown, what would happen was they would send us to the fucking latrine area one at a time. As soon as it would become nighttime, this Vato would night crawl to a cell. They would pop the fucking cell open. A homeboy would go in with them and they'd get caught fighting. They'd go to the hole. This fool would come back. We're still on freeze. do it again, over and over and over and over. He just was not going to function with Norteños, but they kept putting him there. And I'm going to tell you right now, this vato was different. So we went through our little shit with them, and I'm going to tell you, it never stopped. It wasn't like one of those guys that he got tired of it. Eventually, over time, he was like, okay, it's cool. So why can't we be friends? There was no fucking end to hostilities with this guy. He was on full go all the time. You know what I mean? He was representing Lynwood to the fullest. I remember I was like, where's the vato from? They're like, Lynwood. I said, isn't that by Compton? No wonder. The vato from Compton are different. But he was from Lynwood, the city of Lynwood 13, right? I remember he had a big old 13 on him. Big old 1-3 right here. So what was one of the craziest things he did was there was an Africano there. And he was from Grape Street Watts, right? He was from the Jordan Down projects from Grape Street. I remember him too, man. I forget his name right off the top. But he was pretty well known there, man. He was a cool dude. You know, I used to chop it up with him. He used to always be out there doing push-ups and shit. He was on swole, you know what I mean? He was trying to get it. Where all the rest of the vatos were playing basketball and handball and whatever. You know, there were certain vatos that would work out. They thought they were in Folsom already and shit. And then there were some vatos that were like, fuck this. I'm not an Alice, ace. Let's get handball. Deuce, right? Ace. They were doing their thing. And I don't know if they got into it. But it was at one point in time, it was like maybe a 2 or 3 day hiatus where this vato wasn't tripping with Norteños, and he actually got into it with this vato from Grape. And this vato from Grape was known to have hands, man. I had seen him fight a couple times. You know, he beat a couple people up. I never really seen him really fucking smack someone real bad to the point where you're like, oh, so good, damn. You know what I mean? Orale, right? It was never that, but it was to the point where like he won the fights that he fought in. Clearly, he clearly won easily. So these guys went behind the handball court. Right? And we're watching. Norteños were right there. We're posted. We're smoking a meat and shit. We're having a little fucking circle junta. We got to watch our backs, right? We're smoking. We think we're bad. 13 years old. Right? And we're all happy because this day it's going to be a Southsider and a Crip. And we're thinking, oh, this Crip's going to get on this motherfucking head. Orale. Do it for the Nortes. I can see XIV. We're smoking, right? That was not to be the case. That definitely was not to be the case, right? They ran behind the handball court. Now, we knew by this time, Stalker had fought several homeboys. I fought him myself. That he didn't have the greatest of hands, but he would not stop, man. This Vato Cora, he had heart, man. Respects to this Vato, man. He was dangerous. He was dangerous because you never knew what he was going to do. And he went behind this handball court. Make sure no one's watching, right? And he proceeded to pull out something of a sharp instrument, a tool, Vato. A different type of tool, the type of tool they stuck up that Italiano's ass in the American meat, something like that, to a Christmas tree effect, right? And Sasuke, hey, you better not shout, you better not cry. I'm stabbing you behind the handball cord, and I'm telling you why. The Vato proceeded to stick the The creep, I was like, I thought we were gonna fight it on Crip, right? I said on Pyro. He just stabbed him. I got the tape, right? Oh, it was ugly, bro. This motherfucker was scraping him back there. The Southsiders came. They were like, hey, this shit ain't that serious. He was like, it's serious. This shit is Lynwood on mine. Right? I was like, God damn, right? I remember, and don't get it twisted. It wasn't like he fucking killed this dude or was that bad. He was scraping him, bro, but he was tink, 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 tink. Why it was a little bit different. It was very rare for someone to put some fucking metal in you and turn it, right? Like in the pin where they're going for the kill shot. This was more like a youngster, get over here, right? Vatos are doing it though. And I remember saying, damn, bro, we got to get rid of this guy. This guy's fucking dangerous. So what had happened was, Crip gets hit. They're tripping, man. They're about to get into it. We're going to stand back and just watch, right? If the Crips do need our assistance, we probably would have backed them up at that time because we were rocking real close together. But at the same time, man, this was kind of like none of our business. You know what I mean? Just like there was plenty of melees we got involved in. They were like, hey, you know what I mean? Today we're going to drop the XIV off the sea. Just today. You know what I mean? Tomorrow when you guys are cool, we'll pick it back up, right? And I'm not saying the Crips weren't about the business because they definitely were fucking handling their business, man. Straight up on power they did. But what I will say is sometimes it was kind of like a loose alliance, like, nah, not today. Today we ain't got time, cuss. Right? You know what I mean? We go hard, but we ain't got time today. And so what happened was when this happened, they started to beef. And they actually had I'd say about a 10-on-10, man. They were just getting it right there in the middle of the fucking, there was a basketball court. And of course, cops, yard down, boom, we're like tripping, like yard down. To what? Well, we ain't never did that, right? I'm trying to see what that'd be like though. Bam, we go down. They take us all. We're back on the freeze. It sucks. Cheese sandwiches and milk, fucking 3 times a day. It just was an ugly situation. But they ended up taking one guy to the infirmary. He's all scraped up again, mysteriously, like fairy dust. The piece disappears. You know, they tended to be like that all the time. They always disappeared in thin air. I don't know how that happens, but it'd be like that. And they take this vato to the oil. You know, of course, I don't know who's telling on to who. I'm not going to put a jacket on anyone and say somebody's telling. This vato comes back. He's gone for about 2 weeks. He comes back. What the? He walks in. He's mean mug with his bag and his mattress again. I'm like, damn, what the? This vato's able to just kill people and just come back, right? This is how Nellis was, man. They didn't give a fuck, right? Well, you think this fucking story's over? It's ready to begin. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Paul Revere shit, Beastie Boy shit, man. It was about to begin. So the vato gets there, and he had some enemiga come. He's probably there about a couple more weeks. I remember he got down with the homeboy Cisco from San Fran. I remember they had got down. He got down with the vato from Primera Flats. I don't know why. Anyways, he was getting down with vatos daily. Man, that vato had heart, bro. He was about to, and he was doing his thing. But he ends up getting, some fucking vato comes from, I don't know where. It's one of his enemigas, right? I can't call it like an alcoholic. I'd be lying and probably dying if I sit here and said I knew exactly where he was from. But he comes on the compa, man, and there's some fucking, like, it's going to be a fight to the death. Vatos are talking about, hey, these guys really don't like each other. Someone killed someone to what degree of killing, I can't call it, allegedly. But they don't like each other, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, this dude don't even know what he signed up for, right? And let me tell you something. They went behind the handball court. And now I swear to God, even the Crips, they're all over the fence like, on Paru. This motherfucker's about to get, because we all knew what he was about. The Cripa that he scraped from Grape Street never came back. I don't know where he went. I heard he got shipped up north. He was in Preston or something. I never ran into him again. So, man, I don't know how that went down. You know, I don't know if he told, if he didn't. Obviously, he didn't tell because the vato was back. He didn't get a fucking charged, right? Which was a trip. And then plus there was no peace. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. So I was scared. On we go. Touchdown. Extra point shit. So we're all watching. I mean, everybody's on one side of the yard, on the other side. The black is like a baboso just walking around with the whistle. You know what I mean? Not even knowing what's going on. Or he did and didn't care. Bro, I'm here to tell you guys something. You know what I mean? Allegedly. This motherfucker, right, goes behind him. I don't know what this other Southsider had just got there, so he's not aware how fucking different this vato is. This vato pulled out a pack. When I say a pack comes, that's a sock with miscellaneous objects inside. Usually people would use jabon, which is soap. Liver 2000 was the best because it fucking hurt, right? It was edgy, right? Or batteries, big old deep batteries, Sasuke. You know what I mean? You keep going and going and going. Those things were good. Energizer shit. They'll energize the shit out of your head. Duracell, you know what I mean? They'll Duracell max your ass. But this vato wasn't even doing that, bro. This vato had all kinds of various objects in metal, rocks, brick, dirt, mud, right? Every time he hit him, there was smoke going pff, pff, out of this thing. This fool, they run behind that handball court. The other vato was like, let's just get it. That's it, right? He said, boom, boom, boom. Oh, bro, he started to pack this one out. Southsiders were like, hey, we don't get down like that. He was like, I do, right? I was like, fuck. Finally, the placa sees it because too many people basically dry snitching. Everybody's watching. You know, everyone's on one side of the yard. The placa's like, fuck, why ain't there no one playing handball on this side? Hey, no one was going to miss this for the world. Yard down again. Stalker done did it again. Lynwood, the rest is finest, right? They come, snatched him up. And this time, man, they shipped him somewhere. I think it was up north. I can't call it. I never seen him again. But he'll never leave my mind. This vato was one of the most craziest, if not the craziest Southsiders I was ever able to meet. Like I said, we never had one conversation. We never talked. He never talked to a Norteño other than, hey, I'm trying to see you. He was one of the downest vatos I ever met. Now, I know at the end of the day, man, people are going to say, well, fuck, you know, none of that can. Hey, I don't give a fuck what you say, right? When I tell you right now that this vato had heart and this vato was a gangster, this vato was every bit of the G. He had the G because the G was in him. Not like MCH, so that's a good word, you know what I mean? No, this vato had the G in him. Straight up, he was about it. Anyways, I just wanted a lightweight profile, the craziest outsider I ever met in my life. That was it, man. Did he have the best hands? No. Would he pull weaponry out? Absolutely. It just is what it is. Anyways, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. I hope that you enjoyed this lightweight little profile. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you his real name. I know it. Or none of that, man. Let's just say they called the vato Stalker from Lynwood 13 and was with that motherfucking business. That's a fact. You know, anyone that was there with me, they'll tell you. If they were there, they know him. If they don't know him, so it's good. Lucky they don't, because he might have fucked them off one time for their mind. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe. There's a bell right there. You can lick it, touch it, pet it, whatever you got to do, man, so you can get notified of the content that I drop daily here, as well as on Gunners Collective, where I really get it in. If you don't like me, if you think, hey, you know, fuck this guy, man. I don't like this from up north anyway, so okay. Fuck them, right? You can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Gracias for the view. I appreciate it. Sasuke, I know you'll be back tomorrow. You know what it is. This is the Gun Collective and profile gang, you know what it is, man. Let's get that Gunner brand popping. Bang, bang, indubitably. Menudo.